Hi everyone, this is Hex, and no, that's not my birth name. That's a nickname that someone had given me many years ago, and I've been stuck with it ever since. Now today, I'm going to show you how to build your very own, close to movie accurate, Metalbeard Lego figure. Now, like most of you watching this video right now, I saw the Lego movie, and when I did, I completely fell in love with it. I thought it was just absolutely fantastic, just a load of fun. And I said to myself, I have to get my own Metalbeard. So what I did was, shortly after I'd seen the movie for the first time, I went out and I got this. I'm sure this is familiar to most everyone out there right now. This is the kit number 70807, known as Metalbeard's Duel. I got that, opened it up, put the Metalbeard figure together, and I got this guy. Pretty neat, huh? Just a problem. He's not movie accurate. After I put this figure together, I saw the movie again, and I noticed that something wasn't quite right. There was something different, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was. So what I did was I watched the movie again, and I'm looking at the figure in my hand, I'm watching it on the TV screen, and I realized that there wasn't just one or two small differences, but multiple differences between what the kit brought and what the movie figure looked like. After noticing this, I was determined to make this figure as close to movie accurate as possible. And I thought to myself that I would share that experience with all of you out there who are interested in accomplishing the same thing. So, let's get started, shall we? So let me start off by saying that what I did to research this project was to watch the scene in the Lego movie where all the master builders are gathered together inside the dog at Cloud Cuckoo Land. This is where Metalbeard makes his first appearance, as you know. I watched every shot of that scene that Metalbeard appears in, frame by frame, in order to get as much detailed information as possible. There are one or two other shots during the course of the movie that Metalbeard appears in that I used as reference as well, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Suffice it to say that I got about 99% of my information from that scene inside the dog at Cloud Cuckoo Land. So let's start off with a few basic changes. First thing we're going to do is remove that piece right there from what would be Metalbeard's thumb. That is not in the movie. Why it's not in the movie, I don't know. Maybe the shark bit it off. There we go. Now that's film accurate. The next change we're going to do is very simple. That streamer right there, we're going to flip that upside down. Okay, we flipped the streamer, so now that's movie accurate. And the next thing we're going to do is this. This offset tile right here, that is not in the movie. We're going to remove that. And we're going to take this tile here with the keyhole graphic and attach it to the stud that's second from the left. And in inclusion to that, we're going to take this little pip right here. It's just a 1x1 stud that's in pearl gold, or some people would call it warm gold. And we're going to attach it to the stud that's second from the right. So the changes have now been made. This is now movie accurate. And just in case you're wondering, what exactly does Metalbeard carry in his chest? Let's open it up. You can actually hear pieces rattling in there. It would appear to be the remains of his lunch and his upcoming dinner. No, I am not making this up. This is exactly what the instructions in the kit call for. Moving on, we're going to change this right here. This is supposed to be some sort of chimney or steam pipe to release built up smoke and steam, since after all Metalbeard is this uber cool cyborg steampunk pirate. So to do that, what we have to do is this. That element right there is not in the movie. We have to remove that. Let's move him aside. Now we're going to deal with this. First off, this element comes right off. We're not going to use that. Next, we have to take these elements apart. Pull that off. Set aside. Same with these. Going to remove this little pin right here. Set that aside. Let's focus on this right here. Going to take some pliers to remove this little pin. Now I'm going to take this element once more, and I'm going to flip it around from what it was originally. What you're going to get is that. We're going to attach it to this stud right there. Like so. We're also going to take another pip, same color as the one on the chest, warm gold or pearl gold. I'm going to attach it to the stud adjacent to the one we just put the stack on, the chimney stack or steam pipe or whatever it is. There you go. This is now screen accurate. So moving on, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to make some changes to this wheel. First up, we're going to attach to that stud right there in the center, this. It's a 2x2 satellite dish, I believe that's what it's called, I'm not entirely sure. We're going to take that, just put it right on, easy enough. Next, we're going to remove these four elements here. They don't belong there. Instead, we're going to replace them with this. I believe it's a cannonball of some sort. I've heard it referred to as a voodoo ball as well. Whatever it is, you're going to need 8 of them. And for your reference, I've got the part number listed right there on the bottom of the screen, right there for your convenience. And as I said, you're going to need 8. That's because you're going to put 1 on every spoke of the wheel. Now do not confuse this element, the cannonball, with this. This piece right here on the pommel of his sword, you'll also find a similar piece right here on the bottom of his peg leg. It is not the same element. Okay, so now we've added the 8 Technic balls to the wheel. So say it with me. That's movie accurate. Now let's move on to something that's quick and easy. See that slope right there? We're going to swap it out for this. This is a 2x3 inverted slope, 25 degrees, in reddish brown. Very similar to the one we're going to remove now, just a little larger. So off that comes. Let's put on the new piece, back onto what I suppose is supposed to be Metalbeard's hinder. There you go. That is now perfect. Speaking of quick and easy, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on that stud right there, on Metalbeard's left arm, this. It is a 1x1 cylindrical tile with a graphic of a gauge of some sort. So to do that, I'm just going to remove this element right here. Not permanently, just going to remove it so getting the tile on is a little easier. I'm going to put the tile on right now. I believe Metalbeard needs this gauge to measure the amount of steam pressure building up on him. And considering that he does so much shouting, probably does need it, otherwise he'd be blowing gaskets left and right. Get the element we just removed back on there. And there you go. That's movie accurate now. Next up is this. We're going to add this chain, which has 21 links on it, to this stud here on his right arm, and that stud right there. Now, the chain is similar to this one, but it is much longer, so it's not the same thing. Also, unfortunately, this chain is not the same color as this. But that's not how it is in the movie. In the movie, they are the same color. The reason I don't have one that's the same color is because no matter how much I've searched, I could not find a chain of this length that's the same color as this, which is a metallic silver. This is a light gray, a light bluish gray, or a light medium stone gray, I believe it's also called. And the reason for this is because I believe that the people who made the movie played it a little loose and fast with some of the colors. They were, I believe, convinced, I should say, using colors that were never produced for certain elements. And in this case, this is one of them. We're going to see that happen a few more times during the course of this video series. And when it does, I'll point them out to you. And I'll show you exactly how I resolve those problems. There you go. We now have that chain installed. And aside from the color, yep, you guessed it, it's movie accurate now. So, I'm going to conclude this first part of the video series at this point, seeing how all the easy changes that could be made have been made. It's going to start getting just a little more involved at this point. And with having said that, I'll see you in part 2.